I was standing in my own driveway, watching the car disappear with the ticket I paid for, and the little boy they chose instead of me waved goodbye from my window. My father never even turned around. He just said, "We only had 3 seats, and she matters more." I didn't scream. I didn't chase them. I smiled, waved back at a 6-year-old stranger, and felt something inside me die so quietly that nobody heard the body hit the floor. That hedge they drove past. I planted it. With my own hands. 3 summers of sweat and dirt under my nails so the front yard would look perfect for photos I was never in. I came home for this trip like I always did, suitcase full of hope, wallet already open. Mom had been crying on the phone for weeks, "Money's tight, Elias, we just want one good family memory." So I moved money around, skipped rent, sold the watch Grandpa gave me, and bought 4 non-refundable tickets to the Alaskan cruise we'd talked about since we were kids. 4. Not 3. I have the confirmation email timestamped 2:14 a.m. the night she cried. But when the morning came, Dad said there was a mix-up with the booking. Suddenly there were only 3 seats. And suddenly my cousin Riley's new girlfriend had a 6-year-old son who really needed the ocean air after his parents' divorce. A child none of us had met until 2 days ago. He got my window seat. He got my life jacket under 37B. He got the welcome aboard lemonade with the little umbrella that I had been daydreaming about for months. As they pulled away, my phone buzzed. A single text from my little sister Nora. A selfie of the 4 of them on the ship's deck, sun already golden on their faces. Caption, "Best family trip ever." 3 fire emojis. I wasn't tagged. I wasn't even in the frame. But my credit card was. I walked inside the house that still smelled like their coffee and my unpaid bills. Opened the banking app the way you open a coffin to make sure the body's really dead. There it was. An extra charge. $2,400 for child excursion package. Booked yesterday. From my card. For the kid who took my place. I stared at that line item until the numbers blurred, and I whispered to the empty kitchen, "Okay, okay." That was the moment I stopped being hurt and started taking notes. Because hurt heals. Evidence doesn't. I made coffee I didn't drink and opened every drawer they never bothered to lock because Elias will fix it later. And I fixed it. I canceled the autopay that kept Nora's car on the road. I removed myself from the cell phone plan that paid for 5 lines and 4 people who called me dramatic. I logged into the streaming accounts they screamed at me to, "Just add to your subscription, it's easier," and I deleted every profile except mine. Dad's golf shows. Gone. Mom's true crime documentaries. Gone. Nora's reality trash. Gone. I changed the passwords to the last thing Mom ever said to me before the driveway. She matters more. All one word. Capital S, capital M, capital M. I watched the last scene timestamps light up one by one as they realized the Wi-Fi still worked but their lives inside my accounts didn't. And still, nobody called to ask if I was okay. They called to ask why Netflix was asking for a new login. By midnight I wasn't shaking anymore. I was still. Dangerously still. I opened the family trust folder I set up when Grandma's memory started slipping. The one nobody else knew the password to because Elias is good with this stuff. I found the new PDF uploaded 3 days ago. Title, amended_trust_final_draft. My signature was already there. Perfect loops. Exact pressure. Forged so beautifully it could have fooled me if I hadn't been the one who taught Nora how to copy my handwriting in high school so she could sign my absence notes. I called Grandma at 2:03 a.m. She picked up on the first ring, voice like paper. Elias. I couldn't speak. So I played the voice memo I had sent myself from the group chat the moment the ship left port. 37 seconds of pure joy. Dad laughing. Mom squealing at the dolphins. Nora shouting, "We did it. We actually pulled it off." And in the background, the cruise director, "Welcome aboard, Holloway family." Grandma listened without breathing. Then she said, so quietly, "They used the money I sent for you." I still said nothing. She whispered, "I added a new clause tonight. You'll see it tomorrow." I asked, "What clause?" She answered, the one that gives everything to the only grandchild who ever showed up when I was scared. Silence. Then she said the sentence that broke the last thread. I watched them laugh about replacing you, Elias. I'm done pretending I didn't see. They still text sometimes. Nora, you're sick. Dad, this isn't who we raised you to be. Mom, come fix the TV. It's not fair to punish us. I never answer. I just sit in the quiet house that is finally, completely mine. The hedge is growing wild now. I like it better that way. So tell me, because I still don't know the answer. When the people who are supposed to love you most treat you like an ATM with a pulse. At what point do you stop calling it family? And start calling it theft? If this was you, would you have hit send on that lawyer's email? Would you have walked away clean? Or would you still be standing in the driveway, waving at tail lights, praying one day they'd turn around? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. Because for the first time in my life, somebody finally does.